Hey guys, welcome out to the range. A while back, one of my viewers named Corey Smith posted a comment / question about accuracy with an RMR and what the holdovers are. So I wanted to answer that question in demonstration. We are pretty much at 300 yards because that black mat laying in the gravel is 300 yards from that human-sized torso sitting out on the hill. That thing is a 1-to-1 representation of an adult male from roughly just around the belt line all the way to the very top of the head, shoulder to shoulder, with the arms tucked in tight. What I have found over the many years of shooting at distance, 300 yards is a casually easy shot for me. Mostly because I've done it so many times. So that isn't a braggadocio comment, that's just like there are body mechanics and there are hand placement mechanics that go with this type of shot, and I know what they are. You get me out to 4, 5, and 6, things start to get a little interesting, especially when you're shooting an 11.5, shooting plain Jane M193. So this is 55 grain military specification M193, nothing special, out of a 1-in-7 twist barrel. And if you know anything about ballistics, you know that this is the wrong ammunition for this twist rate. I should be shooting 62 or 77 grain OTM, which I have. And when I did my testing with the 11.5 and 13.7, what I found was the accuracy gained with 77 grain OTM was so nominal as compared to what I was getting out of plain Jane mil-spec 55 that it did not warrant going to 77 grain OTM. It just doesn't. I might have gotten, at 100 yards, I might have gotten a thumbnail's width more accuracy out of 77 grain OTM versus 55 grain. And this is a tactical rifle. This is not a precision gun. With a precision gun, yes, I will absolutely stick with 77 grain OTM because that round is I believe it was made for the Mark 12, but I can't remember. Anyways, at 300 yards with an RMR 06 3.25 MOA on a Scholar Works low mount, at 11.5 ballistic advantage, 1-in-7 twist, Anderson manufacturing, upper receiver, no forward assist, no ejection port cover. So the point is, this is, back in the day when I did this was a $40 upper receiver with $150 something odd dollar handguard. Now yes, it does have a superlative arms adjustable gas block, but that has nothing to do with accuracy. So that bears noting. This is a Gemtech SOCOM, I believe is what this one is called. There's a titanium version of this called the T.REX, which I also have. This one has the anti-reflective IR coating on it, which is really nice. But this is a really good workhorse of an upper receiver. And so, Corey, what I wanted to show you, to answer your question, is there really is no holdover at this distance. And I'm actually hard pressed to see this guy because there's a tree just to the left of the vantage point of that camera. There's a tree at roughly 200 yards out in front of me that's just obscuring my ability to truly see that target nice and clean. However, I can see his head, and if I can see his head, I can deduce where his shoulders are going to be. So I'm going to zip around through the tree, or through the branches, and hopefully hit the guy where it counts. Alright, so there you go, Corey. 2 solid hits. Once is luck, twice is skill. 2 solid hits at 300 yards, 55 grain, M193 out of a 1-in-7 twist barrel. There is, how should I put this? There is no real skill. Hang on, let me finish. There's no real skill to what I'm doing. I have knowledge. I understand how that knowledge is supposed to be applied. I apply it, and I've turned it into wisdom. I am not a gifted shooter. I'm a good shooter. I'm an above average shooter. This is not a hard shot to do. Most of you, when people have come out here to train with me, they go, I've never shot further than 50 yards. Oh, welcome to the club. When they do this, their brain melts. An hour later, this is nothing to them. This is, my nephew has stood right there from a freestanding position, rotated, actually no, we were further back, we were at 325, rotated and nailed that target like it was nothing. Nathan knocked my socks off. But I started putting knowledge into that kid when he was 18. He's 30-something now. He's a good shot. And he did this from a freestanding position. It really impressed me that day. And then I've had completely novice shooters come out here, like my friend Zeke, who'd never done this type of thing. And with hard sights on a 16-inch barreled rifle that I built for him with, I believe, a 15-inch handguard. Just Scholarworks hard sights. Scholarworks, I forget what the actual name of them, these sights right here. He laid down on the ground over there and zipped rounds at that target and hit it time after time after time. His daughter, who's a Marine, went to Paris Island, and she did this with ACOGs, and she did this for 5 minutes straight, just wowing the crowd, just whack, 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 whack. She knows what she's doing. So you can bring people out, and by the way, the reason I bring that up is Marines don't get the trigger time they used to, so that bears noting. I love sharing this with people because, and Corey, this is for you, this is for everybody, frankly. I love sharing this moment with people because when they do this and they do it successfully, they realize I can do this. This is not that hard. Abner doesn't have any real crazy level of equipment that he's using. This is, guys, there's nothing special about this gun except the suppressor. And the suppressor is nothing but money. This does not add any skill to my gun. This, frankly, this adds weight to my gun, but it doesn't add skill to my gun. Yeah, it takes the boom out of it, but guys, the boom is a matter of just working with it and understanding that that boom is not going to kill you, that you're the one in control of the rifle, not the boom being in control of you. Which is why when you have a new shooter, you get them out on the range, and the first thing you do is you have them point at the target, and you just have them shoot the target successfully. Just successfully hit the target over and over and over again. And once they start focusing on the target hit rather than the boom, they start ignoring the boom. Which is why you never take a new shooter to an indoor range. Good Lord Almighty, and I made that mistake. A friend of mine asked me to take his daughter out to get her first handgun and to do her first shots because they're missionaries out in Asia, and she had turned 21, and he asked me, and frankly I took it as an honor. And I took his daughter out, got her gun, got her holster, took her to the range, gave her a lesson, and about halfway through that first box of ammo, she's like, no, I'm done, and I realized, hang on a minute. And nobody else was in there but us. I said, take your earmuffs off. And I gave her earplugs. She put on the earplugs and the muffs, and she goes, oh, that's so much better. And then the rest of the session was lovely. Had I let her say, no, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, she would have left that first session with a very negative experience about shooting, and it would have tainted her. So never take a new shooter to an indoor range. Take them to an outdoor range whenever possible. But anyways, I got to go pick up the kids. So, as always, I thank you guys for your sling purchases, for your donations to keep this channel independent. And as always, God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one. All right, Corey, one more, just to send you off right. Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Oh! I actually saw the tree deflected that. That actually landed like 5 feet to the left of the shoulder. There we go. Whee! Have a good one, guys.